Good morning, traders. Welcome to this live currency strength indicator table video with me, John, on this Friday, the 10th of November. So we can see that the euro is still a strong currency at the moment. Euro yen topping that trend traders table. We did get triggered into a euro yen move yesterday. We did see some fluctuations in that market, but it's around about break even at the moment, I believe, as I'm starting to film this. So yeah, we've entered into that market. We'll discuss that one. If you're in the original position that we talked about the other day, then that one is still up just over 1-to-1. We've also seen Aussie come onto the weak side of the table. We did kind of discuss the potential for a Euro Oz long, Euro Kiwi long was something that we kind of like the look of. We weren't sort of interested in it too just yet, but now it's come onto the tables. We can be looking for potential opportunities here. The dollar, a strong currency at the moment, so Aussie US dollar could be something to look at. Maybe even dollar yen could be something if you are interested in that currency pair at this current moment in time. So let's go jump into the charts. Let's kick it off with euro yen, because the original position, I've got it just marked out here with this tool. The original position had a 50 pip stop loss, and you're around about 68 pips up at the moment, so just over that 1-to-1. We're obviously targeting a lot higher up with this move. I think the first target was 61.90, which would be around about this 2-to-1 handle, and then the next target was all the way up at the 160 sort of 8 area. So if you are in that original position and that one's doing really well, this is the secondary position. We got involved with this because of the 30-minute time frame. We saw the 30-minute close back above the 50 MA. We wanted to try and jump on this to see if there was any kind of momentum push to the upside. We did get that originally. Price then stalled around about the 161.70 handle, and then we pulled right back. We then had a bit of data as well. We had the FOMC Federal Reserve meeting, and Federal Reserve Chairman Powell speaking. That was the news event, which kind of caused this kind of fluctuation through there. Price has now closed back above the 30 MA, so the 30-50 MA. So we'll look to see if that can continue. We've also closed back above the hourly, and the averages are pointing up. So I think we're still okay for this position, to be honest. Obviously, the original position would have been a better one to enter, but I'm just going to see how this one plays out. Targets at the moment, I haven't actually placed myself personally just yet, waiting to see if price can develop, because I'm expecting the potential for this to go up to sort of the 168 handle, which is all the way up here, which is like 700 pips away. So although that may seem a little bit crazy to kind of look into, if that does happen, then obviously it'll be very rewarding. So I want to see how far price can go, really. And what I'll try and do is, as the trend develops, or if it does, we don't know, obviously it may not develop, price may turn over, but if it does, I'm going to try and just track below this 200 moving average as it goes. For instance, if I had got long here originally, then the stop loss would be around about this area at the moment. So I want to try and just see how long we can stay within this trend, and I'm going to try and just kind of track my stop loss below the averages, or even below kind of key swing lows as it goes, if it obviously does create that upward trend. So Euro Yen one to watch. Euro Oz was something we did discuss the other day. At the time, it wasn't in a position, because if I believe right on the hourly time frame when we did discuss this, it hasn't kind of give us the reason to get involved just yet. Obviously, since then, we've powered higher, we've consolidated, we've powered higher again, and I like the idea of being long this market. Daily chart is showing us that there's some resistance up towards this 1.6830. Those are the highs of the 24th of October. If we breach that high, then we've got multiple levels to look at. I mean, this high in here looks quite appealing with regards to the fact that price sold off around about 600 pips from this area. We're seeing that quite a lot, to be honest. A lot of 600 pip moves in the market when we come into these kind of support and resistance levels. But that 1.7025, these highs formed back in August, so those could be the targets for any kind of long-term moves there. Obviously, immediate targets would be the 168.30. I was looking at this 30-minute time frame. At the time, price was starting to pull back, and I was quite interested in seeing any kind of moves back into this sort of zone through there. You can see some buying came back in. we haven't had that yet, so I'm waiting for another breach of that 30-minute time frame. You can see, look, we breached the 30-minute time frame, 50 MA. We closed back above it. There was an inverse head and shoulders here. Price rallied to the upside. We consolidate. We came back into the 50 MA. We tried to breach the low. We failed. We closed above. Prices rallied. I want to see the same again. Consolidation. Catch up with the 50 MA on the 30-minute time frame. Close back above, and we'll look to get involved if that can obviously play out at that point. So yeah, EURJPY I really like the look of. I think if you're going to watch anything, you can either watch the hourly time frame. That little buying area through here could be of interest, which is around about the 167.40 area. That area could be quite interesting if we do get obviously that little bit of a pullback in the market. Aussie US dollar is another one to watch out for, and with regards to the table showing us that Aussie US dollar tops the day traders, so there's a bit of momentum behind this. Obviously we've seen that sort of drop recently. We've seen the averages cross over on the hourly as well. Going on to a weekly chart, we've rejected up at this 0.65, so maybe there's an opportunity to see price come all the way down towards this swing low through here, which is a big ask, but you know, around about that 62 handle. Let's just change that so we get it on the 0.62. Could be the one to watch there. Obviously we do have these weekly lows as well around about 62.90, which are these daily swing lows that have to be taken into consideration if we were going to get short in this market. So maybe there's an opportunity to short initially down towards this maybe 0.63 handle area. Once we get to this 0.63, we'll probably then just wait to see if price can break through. But if the daily can continue like that, maybe we could look at this sort of pullbacks in the market. I mean, 4-hour time frame, you can see price making lower highs and lower lows. I wouldn't mind seeing a move back towards this trend line resistance as well as these lows, and then look to see if there's a potential opportunity around there. On an hourly, that would be a nice test of the 50 MA as well. So although we've got quite a nice consolidation after a drop here, which could be suggesting that a break below that could see price trade lower, I like the idea of maybe coming back in towards this low. You got the 50 MA 200 moving average there. We've got trendline resistance, which has formed from the highs back on the 6th and 7th of November, and that could be the sort of turning point at that point. So Aussie US dollar I like a lot, but back up in this area. EURJPY is looking pretty good as well. My pound yen position went a bit offside. We're just offside at the moment. It did kind of come into this target. It's looking back on this one now, I think I should have probably exited at that 4-hour swing high. That would have been, I believe, if I just grab the risk to reward tool and just drop it on there. Yeah, around about a 1.5 to 1 at that point, and I would have probably been happy to kind of take that. But you know, I like the idea of price potentially moving to the upside there. If you still have the original position on as well, which is actually down through here at 183.90, you're up about 117 pips. You were up about 200 pips. Price has since kind of come back, but the overall target was up at 186.30, which was a 240 pip target. So there is still potential for that. Pound has just disappeared from the tables, though. We don't really see it apart from trend traders. We need it to come back to the day traders to give us a little bit more of an influence on that one for a bit of a move higher. But I'm going to hold it as well. We've got yen as a weak currency at the moment. I'm hoping that yen weakness can continue. I would bring up the dashboard. Let me just go on to Discord and let's just have a quick look at the dashboard here. We can see that there is still a little bit of momentum behind the yen complex there. Yesterday, obviously, it was really good, 157 there at 9 a.m. and that obviously continued throughout the day, and then the day before that 333. So yeah, dollar yen really the yen complex really weak at the minute, and I'd like that to continue, obviously, because we're in a couple of yen positions. But overall, I think we've done okay this week. Still in pound yen, like I said, still in euro yen. Euro Oz looks pretty good, as well as Aussie US dollar. So thanks for watching the content this week. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll catch you next week.